The falling leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Hello, Treacle Puds. How are you doing? Isn't it lovely? It's autumn now, October, Halloween time, my favourite time of the year. Oh, I just love Halloween. Hope you've had a great week. Did you see the moon last night? Wow, the moon last night was amazing. It was like the colour of it. I've never seen the colour of the moon like that. It was like a pale orange. I don't know whether anyone saw it last night. It wasn't quite a full moon, but just about. I think it's a full moon tonight. But the way the stars were kind of like twinkling around it, it was it was amazing. And I think the cluster of the Seven Sisters were out last night. Anyway, it was just absolutely beautiful. And as I was looking up, I thought to myself, I must get a roof on this toilet. Anyway, I'll start with the blog. So, what have we got today? I've got the most fantastic guest today. He's so handsome, really, really handsome. He's a world traveller, travels all over the world, and he's come especially for my blog. He comes from London and he's gorgeous. So I'll introduce him later. I've had a few letters this week, so I will start with... Right. Dear Gina, could you tell me the difference between soulmates and twin flames? Thank you, Maria. P.S. Love your jokes. Highlight of my week. Keep them coming. Thank you, Maria. Oh, and she's also given me a limerick here that I'm going to read out. Right. The sea captain's tender young bride fell into the sea at low tide. You could tell by her squeals that some of the eels had discovered a good place to hide. That was rude, Maria. Good though. I like a bit of naughtiness. Right, so the difference between soulmates and twin flames. I think I talked about this briefly in one of my first blogs. So, you may ask, how am I qualified to know this information? Well, I think the thing with spirituality and spookiness and anything to do with tarot cards, nobody can prove anything 100%. I suppose it's like religious, isn't it? You know, it's like religion. I believe what I believe. Feel a song coming on there. So I would just tell you my experience of what I've experienced over the years. You know, I've been doing the cards since I was 10 years old. I've travelled around the world a lot with my singing career, but also on the back of my singing career, I have been to a lot of seminars about spirituality and tarot and, you know, everything to do with this kind of thing. So I kind of think I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't, but, you know, so I believe strongly that our twin flame, so when we are created, say we're created 2,000 years ago, just say for an instant, you were created with your twin flame. That's the person that you've been assigned with for the rest of eternity. Now, that is your twin flame. Now, it's very highly unlikely that you'll meet your twin flame again if you decide to do another reincarnation, because you wouldn't learn any lessons if he or she was with you all the time. So your twin flame is with you for all eternity. Now, what you do meet if you come back as a reincarnation, if you decide to reincarnate, you would meet your soulmates. Now, these are people that I'm sure the thousands of people that you meet in your life, there's only certain people that you have that connection with. There'll maybe be 3 or 4 people in the world in all your lifetime that you'll have that strong connection with. It can either be a romantic connection, it could be a friendship connection, it can mean a sexual connection, it can mean a connection so strong that you just can't understand why you've got this connection with this person. Now, that would be a soulmate, and that is somebody that you've met in a previous life. Now, it doesn't mean to say that you'll end up with your soulmate, but you maybe have unfinished business and you've met them before. A song for that would be Where I Went by Ella Fitzgerald. It seems we stood and talked like this before. We looked at each other in the same way. Then anyway, I'm not going to sing again, but basically, you know, you have that connection with a person. Now, your twin flame, it's very rare that you'd meet them on this earth plane. But your soulmates, you have about 3 or 4 soulmates. But like I say, it doesn't always mean that you're going to end up with that soulmate, but you'll definitely have that connection of unfinished business, and you'll probably meet them again in another life if you don't finish your journey with them on this plane. So there you go. There's the difference between twin flames and soulmates. So I'd like to do a card of the week now. So let's see what we've got in store this week, and then I'm going to introduce my very handsome guest. Be prepared, he's gorgeous. Right, okay. Right, okay. The Hierophant. Can everybody see the Hierophant? Now, this card is sometimes called the High Priest in Tarot, or sometimes it can be called Faith. Now, the Hierophant is somebody that would be a spiritual man. He could be a counsellor. He could be a healer. He could be a man of the cloth. Sometimes this man comes out when he's your spirit guide. You know, I talked about spirit guides before. Sometimes this man can show himself as your spirit guide. So he could be a monk. He could be a man of the cloth, he could be a priest, it could be, this can sometimes stand for marriage because it's the card of tradition, you know, but it usually stands for a man that's very spiritual. So if a woman would get this in her cards, it would mean, and if it's next to a love card, it would mean the man that she's going to attract into her life is somewhat spiritual. He could be, as I say, a healer, a counsellor, work in that field. If a man gets this in his cards, it could be, it could be a few things really. It could be him, he could be the spiritual man, or he could be meeting somebody, maybe he's going to counselling, or maybe he just meets somebody that he connects with on a spiritual level. So he's a really nice guy. He's very conservative. That's why sometimes he can be the man of the cloth, man of a cloth. Right. So the song. Oh, what song would I choose for this? There's not many holy songs, is there? Well, there probably is a load of holy songs if you're religious. I'm not really religious. I know. Da 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 da. But you don't know what that is. The Thornbirds, my mother's favourite film in the world. The Thornbirds, where Richard Chamberlain kind of falls in love with someone that he shouldn't do because he's a priest. He falls in love with Megan, Rachel Ward. I can remember watching that in the 80s. So I can't think of a song for that really, apart from the Thornbirds theme. So if anybody can think of something that, maybe the Healer, Johnny Lee Hooker. God, I'm going on, Anna. Shut up, Gina. Right, I'm going to introduce my guest now because I've had enough of my own voice. So I would like to introduce this gorgeous man. He is a world traveller. He works for a very famous airline. He's very handsome and debonair, and he's come to my blog all the way from London, and here he is, the wonderful Paul.
Yeah.
Hello, darling. Are you all right? Mwah, mwah.
Lovely to be here. I'm
Isn't he
good.
gorgeous? Oh, you, Paul, are you all right?
I'm good.
Oh, good.
Glad I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks
It's
for
lovely to
inviting us.
see you. I know. It's a while, isn't it?
18 months at least.
Is it 18 months since you've had your last reading? Wow.
And everything was just spot on. That's why I'm back, waiting for you.
Was it?
Yeah. Even down to the names, down to marks, down to the times, everything.
I'll pay you later. No, he's honestly. Now, shall we just do a card for the week and then... shall we just do the card for the week first, shall we?
I like these ones.
I was going to say, do you want these or the blue ones? Do you want the black ones?
The old ones.
These are the old ones. Right, give them a good shuffle. And we'll just do an immediate future, eh?
Just for now.
Just for now.
Right.
Yeah, just do an immediate future, see what we get. Yeah.
I
So
don't
where's
know if I've dropped them, if you should pick that one or not.
Ah, no, that's a good question actually. If you drop a card, if you drop if you drop a card, yeah, it's kind of a surprise. It's like the unexpected. If you drop more than one, then don't take any notice. You're just being clumsy.
I dropped a few.
Oh well, no. If you just drop one, well then it would mean something. Okay. Let's have
Ready?
a card.
I've got two. There's one.
Do you want to- You've got the Lovers. Have you got love on your mind?
Always.
Have got love on my mind.
Always.
Right, well, you're going to be in for a bit of passion this week, according to this card, because
Right.
he's got the Lovers, which is a very nice card. Now, I've talked about the Lovers before. The thing is with cards, some cards can mean about 10 different things. This doesn't mean to say you're getting a new job, you know what I'm saying? This doesn't mean you're moving house. This means what it says on the card, the Lovers. So it looks like passion is going to be a very big part of your immediate future.
We can deal with that. It's good, isn't it?
I wish I had got it. So, fantastic.
Good one.
Now, would you like to ask me anything like about the tarot? Anything that you've got any questions or?
I don't know, I just think everyone watching it, we're all watching it, and we all have different questions, and people don't know if they meet the soulmate, and people don't know if they're going to be rich, but I think we all just want to know if everything's going to be okay. So is there a card, an overall card that just says everything's going
to be okay?
Stop worrying, stop stressing.
Yeah.
Is everything going to be okay?
Absolutely, yes. So I would say that the cards that you know, if you're having a bad time, when you do somebody's reading, when I do somebody's reading, I usually pick 10 cards out, and I'll be telling you how to place them at some point over the next few weeks. If you get a lot of swords are the challenging cards, you see. So if you get a lot of swords, there would be, in a normal pack of cards, there would be the spades, and they're quite challenging. So if you get a lot of swords, it means that you're going through a bad time. If you get a lot of pentacles, they would say that you're concerned about money at the moment, because pentacles are all to do with money. If you get a lot of cups, that would suggest that you're kind of thinking about emotions at the moment, or maybe a loved one, or it's all about emotions and things. And if you get a lot of wands, they're all to do with movement and activity and work and everything, right? So I would say by somebody's cards, I can usually tell straight away what's on the mind, like with you. We know what's on your mind. So if you want to know if everything is going to be all right, there's certain cards. There's so many lovely cards. There's the World, which is the best card in the pack. Yeah. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. The Temperance is a lovely card, because it just means everything is going to be all right. The Sun is a lovely card. The Star. The Wheel of Fortune is a change in your circumstances. So there's not just one card that would mean.
Right, so I need a few.
It would mean. Shall we pick another card with that Lovers and see? Shall we see?
See if it goes together.
Yes. So give me another card. So he's got the Lovers. So let's see what comes out with the Lovers.
Ready?
I'm holding my breath.
Me too. There you go.
King of Pentacles. So this is a man with money and power.
Oh, I asked about the rich, didn't I? Are we going to be rich?
Oh my God, look at that. He's got the King of Pentacles. I don't know whether I've talked about the King of Pentacles actually, but this would be somebody like Richard Branson or Simon Cowell. This is somebody, no, it wouldn't. Well, it would, but that's the high version of this man. It's somebody who has his own company, is the boss, is maybe an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. What's your star sign?
29th of August.
So this could be you then, actually.
Maybe.
Oh, so this could be you with money in your hand. Or it could be somebody that you're going to meet. Do you know what I mean? It could be two things.
Well, either way.
Oh, give me another one. Yeah, they're both good. They're both marvellous. Let's have another one. Let's have one more. The Lovers and the King of Pentacles. Ready? Yeah, it's an earth sign, man. One more. I wish I'd stopped at a 2. Right, the Five of Cups, it's disappointment actually in your love life. So
it's going to be all good, and then
it's going to be all good, then he's going to let you down. Well, it's a little bit of disappointment. It's not horrendous, and it's not the end of something. It just means there's maybe something ongoing, and that door keeps opening and closing. Is that right? Oh, I don't know. No. Maybe we should have stopped at that one. But that's the thing when you pull more cards out, you get more information. There's one cup still standing, so if there is disappointment, it's not saying the door's shut completely.
Maybe like a bump in the road.
Yes, exactly. Bump in the road. But, maybe we should have stopped at that.
I'm happy with the 2.
Right. So, darling, is there anything anything else you'd like to ask?
That's perfect, thank you.
So the Lovers and the King of Pentacles, we'll just stick to them too. We'll just forget about the Five of Cups, yeah. Right. So, well, it's been lovely seeing you, darling,
so much,
and you look very smart, and being in London suits you, and
it's nice to be back up here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good.
But thank you.
Hey, give me a kiss. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see
you soon.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
And thank you for picking a card out. I love to have guests on. As I say, it gives my mouth a rest for a while. Not much of a rest. Actually, the only person I've had on who talked as much as me, I think, is Emma. So if you're up for Christmas, Paul, you'll have to come on the Christmas special. I'm doing a Christmas special for probably about half an hour. Okay, so we've picked the card of the week. We've picked a card for Paul. I think all that leaves now is me usual joke. Okay, this is reasonably clean. Mother Superior, and every year she has a class of children, little children, under 7s, and they have to all buy her a present. And if she guesses what this present is by the shape of the box, they all get a gold star. So wonderful. So anyway, little Bobby comes up first with his present. And his father owns a bookstore. So Mother Superior goes, is it a Bible? He says, yes, Mother Superior. She says, oh, Bobby, big gold star for you. So then little Jenny comes up. Now, little Jenny's mother works at the local florist. And there's this big long box like that, and it says on the front, fragile. So the Mother Superior gets hold of the box and she goes, this looks like roses to me, Jenny. Is it roses? She says, yes, Mother Superior, it's roses. She says, oh, big gold star for you, pet. Go and take your seat. So anyway, then little Tommy comes up. Now his father owns the local liquor store. Puts the box on this table, it's quite heavy, puts the box on this table, and there's a little trickle of liquid coming out of the end of the box, you see. So the Mother Superior goes, is it whiskey, Tommy? He says, no, Mother Superior. She goes, is it brandy? No, Mother Superior. She goes, is it gin? He says, no, Mother Superior, it's a puppy. Quite tame. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and it's full of sparkles and laughter and kisses and snogs, and I hope you meet your soulmate this week, and I hope you get the lovers, Paul. See you next week. Bye.